Have you ever felt tired after a meal, even when you didn't eat that much? If your answer is yes, then this video is definitely for you, because the seventh principle will truly surprise you and give you something to reflect on. Once we pass the age of 60, meals are no longer just about getting full. They become part of a journey to care for our health from within. There are days when you eat just a few familiar dishes, yet still feel bloated, lose your appetite, or experience prolonged drowsiness, and you're not alone in that. The older we get, the more our digestive system slows down. Our ability to absorb nutrients decreases, while old eating habits silently persist. On top of that, changes in hormones, weaker teeth, and a diminished sense of hunger or thirst make it easier for our bodies to become deficient, without us even realizing it. If we don't pay attention, these small things can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, osteoporosis, or persistent fatigue, dimming the joy of daily life little by little. And sometimes, the way we eat ends up unintentionally weakening the very things we've tried to protect for years. But here's the good news. By applying just 7 simple principles in this video, you can begin to feel a clear difference. From your sleep to your energy, from your skin to your blood pressure. And the final principle, principle number 7, is the one most people overlook, yet it might be the very key to saving your digestive system. If you're over 60 and found yourself in these words, leave a number 1 in the comments to let us know you're listening. And if you feel this video speaks to something deep within you, please hit the subscribe button to Senior Compass so we can continue walking together on this journey of living well, living beautifully, and living with clarity after 60. 1. Fresh vegetables and fruits. There's something seemingly simple that can make a world of difference in senior health: the presence of fresh vegetables and fruits in every meal. After turning 60, the body no longer absorbs nutrients as efficiently as it once did. Digestion slows, and metabolic processes decline. That's why vegetables and fruits are not just sources of fiber. They are natural providers of essential vitamins that purify, cleanse, and heal the body from within. They act like quiet companions, nurturing a healthy digestive system, improving memory, and strengthening the immune system, without putting stress on the body. Many of us didn't care much for vegetables when we were younger. If the meal had enough rice, meat, and fish, it felt complete. But at a certain age, we begin to realize that those green dishes are the real foundation of lasting health. The difference lies not in feeling full, but in feeling light and comfortable after a meal. I still remember Mrs. Judith, a 67-year-old woman who lived a rather secluded life after retirement. She used to complain about bloating, constipation, and dull skin. That changed when her daughter, a nutritionist, began adjusting her daily meals: spinach in soup, bananas and papayas for breakfast, and fresh salads for lunch. Just 3 weeks later, Judith began to feel lighter, more upbeat, and even started smiling more often. Green vegetables are rich in folate, potassium, and antioxidants. Fruits, especially those in shades of orange, red, and purple, are packed with flavonoids that slow down cellular aging. These nutrients don't just benefit the skin or gut, they influence emotions, sleep, and memory as well. When the body is watered from within, your eyes soften, your skin smooths, and your thoughts grow lighter. And what about you? Did your last meal have the greens, reds, or natural yellows of vegetables and fruits? Maybe the answer is not yet. And that's a gentle invitation to begin anew, without pressure, because nothing is simpler and more trustworthy than a bowl of boiled greens, a ripe banana, or a slice of papaya in the morning. They don't shout for attention, but they quietly nourish you day after day. That's the gift nature reserves for those who know how to listen to their own bodies. 2. Eat less salt to protect your heart. Sometimes, It's the small changes in daily habits that create the biggest health impacts. One of those is reducing salt intake. After 60, blood vessels lose their elasticity, the heart beats slower yet, tires more easily, and blood pressure tends to become unstable. Salty food, once a comforting taste from childhood, can now silently harm the cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of stroke, kidney failure, and chronic headaches. Excess salt causes fluid retention, putting extra strain on the heart, when all it longs for now is gentle rest. Back in the day, who didn't love a flavorful, savory meal? Braised fish, pickled vegetables, rich fish sauce. That salty tang brings back warm memories of family dinners. But as the body changes, what once was a tasty habit may turn into a silent threat. Cutting back on salt is not about giving up flavor. It's about giving your body the break it deserves. I think of Mr. High, a 71-year-old from Hugh. He once proudly claimed he never had a meal without fish sauce. But after a sudden spike in blood pressure landed him in the hospital, things changed. His wife, Mrs. Lan, switched to low-sodium seasonings, used herbs and fresh ginger instead of traditional flavorings. Within 2 months, his blood pressure stabilized. More importantly, he felt lighter, slept better, and no longer woke up dizzy in the night. Eating less salt doesn't mean food has to be bland. Lime, garlic, pepper, shallots, coriander. These natural spices add a gentle richness that preserves the soul of traditional cooking. And in that subtlety, you begin to truly taste each layer of flavor, something we sometimes lose in excessive salt. Do you often season instinctively, out of habit? Have you ever checked the sodium in a packet of noodles or a slice of sausage? Now is the time to reflect, not out of fear, but out of love for yourself. Reducing 1 spoonful of salt today might add another year of health tomorrow. Your heart has beaten for others all these years. Now it's time to slow down and let that heart rest, to lift the burden and let it beat in peace. 3. Limit fats and sugars. There are sweet indulgences we've held on to for life, from a slice of bread with condensed milk in the morning, a glass of sweet iced tea in the afternoon, to that irresistible piece of fatty pork at dinner. But, as we grow older, we begin to understand, not everything sweet is healthy. Some favorite childhood flavors have now become sweet traps, quietly endangering our health. After 60, the metabolism of fats and sugars slows. Insulin becomes less effective, and the liver and kidneys grow weaker. This makes it easier for bad fats to accumulate, blood sugar to spike after meals, and blood pressure to become unstable. Frequent intake of fried foods, dairy-heavy dishes, and sugary treats not only raises the risk of diabetes and heart disease, but also leads to dull skin, low energy, and restless sleep. In younger years, a plate of cake or a rich noodle soup felt harmless, but at a certain point those same foods cause bloating, headaches, or sleepless nights. The body starts to protest against what it once endured in silence. I once met Ms. Linda, 66, who had been living alone since her husband passed. She found comfort in milk tea and cakes every evening. But after several months, her blood sugar rose, her hands and feet tingled, and her skin became dry. After a session with a nutritionist, she switched to unsweetened yogurt, ripe fruits like bananas and apples, and a handful of roasted almonds. The adjustment was tough at first, but within a week, she reported better sleep and a peaceful feeling upon waking. You don't need to cut out everything, just reduce gradually. Choose healthier options like oats, sweet potatoes, nut milk, and low-sugar fruits. Replacing refined sugar with natural fruit sugars, limiting fried foods, and opting for steamed or boiled meals will help your body feel more at ease after every meal. Have you ever noticed how you feel after a super sweet dessert or an overly greasy dish? Is your body trying to speak, and you've been silently ignoring it? Cutting back a spoonful of sugar or skipping one round of deep frying? It's not punishment. It's a way of gently returning to yourself. When lightness flows through the body, the mind begins to rest. A meal stops being an escape from loneliness and becomes a quiet act of love for yourself. 4. Increase calcium and protein. Intake. There's one thing most of us begin to notice after turning 60. Our bones are no longer as strong, and our muscles are not as firm as they used to be. Each time we step down the stairs, rise from a chair, or carry a grocery bag, we find ourselves needing an extra breath, an extra moment. That's the body's way of asking for more calcium and protein, consistently and gently. After 60, bone density naturally decreases each year, and muscle mass gradually fades unless supported by a mindful diet. Without enough of these two nutrients, the risks of osteoporosis, fractures, and physical weakness increase, directly affecting one's ability to remain independent in daily life. In our younger days, we often believed eating plenty of meat and fish meant enough protein. But the truth is, after 60, the type and quality of protein matter more. We need sources that are easy to absorb and gentle on the liver and kidneys. The same goes for calcium. While milk is beneficial, options like low-sugar milk, plant-based milk, and small fish eaten whole are even more senior-friendly. I recall Mr. Paul, 72, a retired math teacher. He was always healthy, until one slip in the bathroom fractured his thigh bone. During recovery, doctors advised him to include low-fat milk, braised mackerel, tofu, and boiled eggs in his meals. Gradually, his bones healed, his mobility improved, and what made him happiest, he could once again walk his grandson around the park every evening just like before. Calcium isn't just in milk, it's also in anchovies, black sesame seeds, amaranth greens, and bok choy. As for protein, remember it doesn't come only from meat. It's also found in eggs, soybeans, unsweetened yogurt, and almonds. These foods are healthy, easy to cook, gentle on digestion, and build strength from within. Have you ever skipped breakfast because cooking felt like a chore? Or thought to yourself, "I'm old now, simple food is enough"? In reality, this is when your body needs more. Not more in quantity, but in quality. Treat every meal as a chance to rebuild strength in your legs, your spine, your arms. Each piece of fish, every glass of milk, every almond, is a quiet brick, helping to support your life in later years. And you deserve a body strong enough to savor every peaceful moment ahead. 5. Eat on time and break meals into smaller portions. The older we get, the more refined and delicate our bodies become. Not needing much, but needing it at the right time, in the right way. One of the smallest yet most impactful habits for senior health is simply eating on time and dividing meals into smaller portions. After 60, the stomach no longer produces digestive fluids as steadily as before. Digestion slows, and signals of hunger, fullness, or fatigue become blurred. If you leave your stomach empty too long, blood sugar can drop quickly. But eating too much at once can lead to bloating, indigestion, and lingering fatigue. That's why splitting meals into 4 to 5 smaller portions per day and maintaining a regular eating schedule is a gentle way to keep your body running smoothly and safely. In youth, meals were flexible. We could skip breakfast, rush lunch, and feast at night. But now the body needs a rhythm, a soft melody with steady beats, so it isn't overwhelmed or left wanting. The more consistent your routine, the more resilient your health becomes. I remember Ms. Linda, 66, who often suffered from dizziness and sleeplessness. After a consultation, she began a new routine: oatmeal at 7 a.m., fruit at 10, a modest lunch at 12, yogurt at 3, and vegetable soup at 6. After 3 weeks, she called me in tears. "I can sleep again, and I wake up feeling alive." Not because she ate anything fancy, but because she ate at the right time, in the right amount. Eating on schedule helps the liver secrete bile more evenly, allows the pancreas to regulate blood sugar better, and ensures the digestive system stays in sync. Smaller meals also prevent extreme hunger that might lead to overeating, helping to avoid weight gain and chronic conditions. Do you often skip breakfast? Delay meals because of TV or caring for grandchildren? Try asking your body, is it waiting for you to notice it? Eating on time isn't just about health. It's a form of self-respect. Each small meal is a reminder, I still care for myself. And each on-time bite is a gentle handshake between you and your aging years. 6. Choose easily digestible foods. Some days, even after just a bowl of rice and a piece of fish, your stomach still feels tight and uncomfortable. That feeling isn't just poor digestion. It's your body whispering for softness, asking for something gentler and more comforting. After 60, the digestive system loses much of its strength. The stomach lining thins, digestive enzymes decrease, and bowel movements slow. If we continue eating tough, greasy, or heavily spiced foods, the body has to strain to cope. This often leads to bloating, gas, constipation, and even mental fatigue. When we were younger, food was about excitement. The crispier, richer, and more exotic, the better. But now, what we truly need are meals that are light, easy to digest, low in seasoning, yet rich in nutrients. A bowl of vegetable soup, some porridge with lotus seeds, or steamed fish. Sometimes they heal more than any prescription ever could. I remember Ms. Hoa, 69, who once adored crispy pork skin and salty dried fish. But after a long digestive disorder, she switched to soft porridge, winter melon soup, and steamed carp with ginger. At first she said, "It's too bland. It doesn't excite me." But within weeks she was amazed by how light her stomach felt, how the pain faded, and how her complexion noticeably brightened. She began learning to cook gently, for herself, as a new form of love. Easily digestible foods are usually soft-cooked, steamed, or boiled, with little oil or seasoning, and best served warm. Brown rice porridge, mashed vegetables, chicken soup, tofu, oatmeal. These are all wonderful choices. They go easy on the stomach, improve nutrient absorption, help with recovery, and bring emotional calm. Have you noticed which recent meal made you feel better, and which one left you restless or uncomfortable? Your body is speaking to you every day. The question is, are you listening? When you choose easy-to-digest meals, you're saying to yourself, I want you to be at peace. And there's no love more tender than that. Just like lying on a soft bed after a long, tiring day, a gentle meal should be a resting place for your body, not a burden. 7. Drink enough water. Each day. Have you ever had a day when you felt sluggish, foggy, dry-skinned, and couldn't figure out why you were so tired? Many blame the weather or poor sleep, but sometimes it's simply because you're not drinking enough water. After 60, the body doesn't signal thirst as clearly as it used to. The cues become faint, easy to overlook. Yet dehydration is quietly happening every day, through our breath, our sweat, and even while we sleep. Without proper hydration, the body slowly dries out. Blood thickens, blood pressure may rise, kidneys overwork, skin becomes dull, and memory starts to fade like a morning mist. In the past, we could run around all day with just a sugarcane drink. But after 60, every cell in your body needs more careful attention. A glass of warm water in the morning, herbal tea in the afternoon, a bowl of soup with dinner. These are the quiet gifts your body longs for. Not too much, just steady, slow, and sufficient. I remember Mr. Trong, 70, who often felt dizzy and couldn't sleep at night. After a doctor advised him to drink more water, he made gentle changes: a warm glass of lemon water each morning, a light bowl of soup with meals, and carrying a water bottle throughout the day. After a month, the results were surprising. His mind felt sharper, his skin softer, and he slept more soundly. He smiled and said, "Turns out, what I've been missing was so simple. Water isn't just the solvent of life, it's the silent friend that keeps your brain, kidneys, heart, and digestion working in harmony. Without enough, the body struggles to cleanse itself, making you feel sluggish, forgetful, and constipated. For seniors, drinking 1.5 to 2 liters a day, through plain water, light juice, or soup, is essential. Have you had enough water today? Or are you still waiting to feel thirsty? Try listening to your body a different way. Give it what it needs, before it cries out. And more importantly, drink water the right way. Gently, slowly, never rushed. Drink upon waking, 30 minutes before meals, and steadily throughout the day. Your body, after so many years of non-stop service, deserves to be refreshed, comforted, and loved from within. Closing thoughts. From small shifts come big changes. Maybe what you'll remember most from these 7 principles is the gentleness of leafy greens, or the stillness of a warm glass of water in the morning. Just a few small changes. Less salt, regular meal times, easily digestible foods can help your body breathe a sigh of relief after years of strain. We can't turn back time, but we can make the years ahead more peaceful and meaningful. If we don't adjust in time, today's small discomforts can grow into tomorrow's chronic illnesses. Don't feel pressured to change everything at once. Just start with one small shift, like adding fruit to your breakfast, and let that one act ripple into something greater. Begin with the meal that feels gentlest to you, and let your body lead the way from there. It's never too late to care for yourself. Every age is a beginning, and old age, curiously enough, is the season where we finally have time to live, more deeply, slowly, and beautifully. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just need to care enough to listen to your body. You've spent your life taking care of others. Now, it's time to care for yourself, with gentleness, patience, and deep respect. Your body, wrinkled and slower perhaps, is still your precious home, and you deserve to live in it with peace. Try drinking an extra glass of warm water in the morning, or leave a small tray of fruit on the table, or write your meal times on a sticky note for the fridge. Sometimes, one small reminder is the start of a more vibrant life. If this video brought you something positive, please subscribe to Senior Compass. We're not here to preach. We're here to walk with you, whisper gently, and share like old friends. And if there was a principle today that made you think, "I want to try that," share it in the comments below. We'd love to know, what's the first change you'll make starting tomorrow? Remember, growing older is not the end. It's a new chance to live lighter, truer, and closer to yourself. Happiness doesn't lie in fancy food or expensive vitamins. It lives in simple things, done at the right time, from a place of care. You don't have to change to please anyone. Just choose what is kind for you, because you deserve the very best. And if today you're tired, losing your appetite, or confused by your blood pressure readings, take a deep breath. Begin again, gently. A bowl of soup, a spoonful of brown rice, a sip of water. Each can be the start of a brand new day. Because beauty does not lie in age, but in how tenderly we care for ourselves day by day.